Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you are fine. I'm good. If so, may the name of God be praised. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do me a favor. Press that red button and subscribe. I say subscribe. So here with me, I have some lovely and beautiful faces. Wow, they are so well equipped and endowed. They are talented in whatever thing of which they are doing. So now they will be telling more about themselves, not how you introducing them. But fine. Sorry. Over to you, man.
Yeah, my name is Dosumo Estelle Olali. I'm a medical student in Osun State University. I'm a fashion designer and I write from time to time.
Hi guys, my name is Alina Shukroyi Kosola. I'm a student of pharmacology and therapeutics in Osun State University. I own an online business where I sell male and female paintings, and I'm also a writer.
Hello guys, I'm Abiboju Elvin from the Department of Public Health Osun State University. I'm also a freelancer.
Oh God, man! When I say they are cube and they have something doing, I'm not lying. Like she's a fashion designer and she writes a lot. My beautiful sister here, she's into online marketing, and this guy standing here next to me is into freelancer. Wow, that's good. So we'll be talking about a very sensitive topic, of which every one of us we must be able to watch to look into it. And as we journey into that topic and we are trying to look at the root and the cause of everything we will be discussing here. So please, guys, follow us as we go. So the topic before us is moral decadence. God, M to the O to the R to the A to the L, moral decadence. So to say, now we could see that the rate at which atrocity, advoc, name it, whatever thing of which you can name it, is going on within our society at large in this 21st century. It at its peak, of which it needs to be curbed. And that's why we are here to actually discuss, though we might not be able to touch everything, but at least we will touch some sensitive part of which we know that it will benefit you and it will do you good as you follow us and journey with us as we are discussing about this topic, which is called moral decadence. So now we have some factors that actually do what, that determine, that are predisposed to what, that actually affect, that add to the moral decadence. Number one is what, the parental factor, the peer group factor, the society factor, and the social media at large. Social media is to me personally, I don't know to you guys, to me is one of the way of which that actually lead to moral decadence in our society, of which I want each and every us to actually talk about. So now, moving to you, man, I'll be asking you, okay, what are the ways, or what is the influence, or the impact of parenting that has actually had to moral decadence?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the presence of all of these other factors. I mean, social media, like you rightly said, peer pressure, exposure, and a whole lot of things. But I believe that the parent factor is one that can intertwine, or one that is a major factor, is at the epicenter of the rest of these factors. Because presently now, in these days that we have, parents are losing the education of their children to the outside world. And what do I mean by the outside world? I mean school, teachers, their peers, the television, social media, and all of these other things. And I'm not saying that all of these factors do not have a certain degree of education to give to the child, but I'm just saying that there should be a certain education that should be exclusive to parents. There are some things that a parent normally, as a standard, should be able to teach a child. So don't leave this education to the outside world. Do not allow your child to be exposed to these things from outside. It is your duty and it is your responsibility to teach them these things. Another one is social media too, because parents are not even considering the effect of social media on their children. They are allowing their children to be open to whatever uncensored content that they find on social media. So I believe that social media is also a very dangerous tool, as much as it is important to us and our growth and to the development of the society. It is also very degrading to the mindset of a child. I was talking to someone about innate and acquired immunity, medically speaking now. The child of a mind, right from the very beginning or the very few years of his life or our life, is not so built. So whatever the child does, whatever decisions or whatever processes that the child engages in are as a result of imitation, something that he or she has learned from outside. So it's not like the child already has enough exposure or experience to be able to decide on his own or on her own. So a child is influenced by many things that he or she sees outside. So the big problem now that I'm discussing now is that the parents are not really intentional about the exposure of their children. That is number two. Then the third one is that parents do not understand their children. They do not give time to their children. Parents are too busy, and it's not like they are doing it consciously. It's an unconscious act. Every parent is just busy trying to make money, trying to make investments, and all of that. And maybe when they go out, they're already tired. When they come back from work, you just see their child, hey, how are you? How was school today? They don't understand their children. Some don't even know their children's temperament. They cannot discern or determine what a child is going to do next, and which is not good. But I'm going to leave the rest of the discussion to my fellow co-speakers to speak.
Okay. God, man, you have really talked so much, and we really love that. As you can see, she talk as a medical student because she bring in sometimes like in it, but fine. Well, no, notwithstanding, that was good. So now, the next question of which I'll be directing the question to you. The question is, as you can see now, everybody do have friends. Everybody are going out. Everybody is hanging around. Or what I'm driving at, or what I'm driving is what is the peer good influence. How does peer good influence affect or add up to moral decadence? Over to you, ma'am.
Well, I think I as a person think peer influence is a major factor that affects or that causes moral decadence in the society at large. Because, well, just because you see your friends doing things, you will just want to do it. The fear of actually being rejected or being left out is actually threatening to a lot of people these days. And so they tend to do what they feel like everybody is doing. And surpassing Google actually defines this as FOMO equals to FO, which actually is the fear of missing out can actually lead to you missing out, which leads to people going to school, engaging in prostitution, stealing, cheating in exams, and other stuff. Okay, like I was saying earlier, I said, you might think your friend is doing this sort of thing and you just want to do it. Like, for example, sagging. You see your friend sagging and you might feel like, this is the new trend and this is what's going on, so you would want to feel among. I don't know why it is called underwear when it's not even beneath our clothes. And females going half naked just for the sake of fashion, cheating in school, examination malpractice, prostitution, which is called hookup these days. I'm also a student, so I understand peer pressure is usually very hard to resist, and it can stop you from doing the right thing and doing the wrong.
Okay. Just as you have said, like the impact, you have made us to know the impact of peer pressure on moral decadence. So now, over to you. I'll be asking you a question now, what are the impact of society? I mean, how does society really have impacted moral decadence, and they have really even added to it? So please, can you give us more details about it?
Well, the impact of society on moral decadence cannot be left out, because society has a very large role to play in these so-called acts. Now, I don't want to go into it without giving us a brief insight on what a society actually is. Now, society is a group of people that are well-behaved and well-cultured. Now, they are well-behaved and well-cultured. Now, society begins to have issues and problems. Society begins to have issues and problems when what is wrong, when they have different options on what is wrong and what is right. When me and you live in a society and we have different opinions on what is wrong and what is right, and diverse options and opinion. We have our options, we have our opinion about everything. Now, the only way to sort this moral decadence is to have one opinion and to be straightforward on whatever and to make our stand on whatever we are passing. Now, again, I would like to talk about morals. I would also like to touch the parts. I would I would also love to touch the part of morals, the source of morals in our society, which is in our culture, our religion, and in our traditions. Now, our culture and our religion are the source of morals, which are embedded in which are in our society. Now, this culture, as seen by our youth, has been archaic, old-fashioned, and outdated. Now, our tradition is seen as barbaric, although there are some parts in our tradition that are very harmful that has to be stopped. Now, our religions, to one way or the other, our youth are no more religious. They felt being religious is like wasting of their time. Now, and there is a new bad adage that says, "Edo tó bá gbàgbé orísun, dandan ni yóò gbẹ," which implies that any river that forgets its source will surely dry up. Now, I want to leave us with this question. Even if our parents are doing their best in implanting good morals in us, what about the society we are coming into? Thank you.
I think it's a question for each and every one of us to look into. But fine, we are coming back to that. We are coming back to that. But now we have talked about the problems and all, and everybody have people that have been joining us, have been following us. They must have been pointing, okay, what and what they need to work on as an individual or as a group, but so to say, individual. So now let's actually go into solutions. Okay, now there's no how you provide a problem. Definitely, you must provide a solution to that. Abi, am I right?
Yeah.
So now, over to you. You talk about parenting now. You talk about the problems of which parents are faced with. So now, what ways can parents tend to curb? Don't let me use the word eradicate in this kind of view. It can be eradicated. It has come and it has come to one stay. But how can parents curb this kind of or subsidize all this moral decadence in such a way that it can be limited in the society at large?
Well, thank you very much. I spoke about time. I spoke about no communication, not understanding the children. I spoke about all lots of things. But for the solutions, I think number one, try to create time for your children. No matter how busy you are, try to create time. Number two, try to curb what they see. Try to prevent them from being exposed to uncensored content. So try to watch what they watch, what they listen to, the friends that they keep. Be cautious about it. And the next one is social media. If you can, please cut off data connection, so that ads pop up at any time. So these ads that can shift their mind away from the normal way it should be aligned. Let's try to take away that data connection from them. Let's disallow them from having data connection. And then the final thing that I know is kind of important, or is even the most important thing, is that try to communicate with your children. Try to communicate, understand them. Do not be too strict, and do not be too overprotective. Do not create an atmosphere of fear for them. So allow them to be free with you, so they'll be able to express their thought and express how they feel. So that when you notice that something is already going wrong, you'll be able to detect and it will not go deep.
Okay, thank you for that. Your very impactful and insightful of your own opinion, of which you have let us know. But one thing I would just talk to our parents out there, of which day to day will be watching it. Please create an atmosphere of which your child or your ward will not be scared. I think I don't know, maybe you guys have heard about it, about some children of which the moment they hear the sound of the vehicle of their father or their mother coming, like they zoom off. So you don't expect such child to be able to communicate with you, to tell you or to tell you what is going through his mind or her mind. But the moment you have actually created that atmosphere of which anybody can be able to express their feeling, but that doesn't mean that you should not discipline them in the way they should. But fine, I don't know how to interpret it in English. There's an adage that says, okay, if you beat your child with your right hand, use your left hand to draw them closer to you, so that to create that atmosphere. Because okay, now I'll be asking out a question based on this experience. This experience is that this particular friend of mine, I want to ask a question that, is it good for a parent to be overprotective? Because based on this experience, this kind of lady, there's a kind of way of which our teacher, when she was in school, is maltreating her. Don't even use the word maltreating her. Our teacher was molesting her sexually, harassing her sexually. Do you think because this particular child, she's being scared of her parents, she can't express her feeling to her parents? So now, is it good for a parent to be overprotective?
I would like to say something like that. To be overprotective in this century is a problem. In olden the overprotective to me is like the olden ways of parenting. Because then once you are harsh with them, their head will straight. But today parenting, once you are harsh with the child won't be free with you again. So whenever she's facing an issue or a
that's
problem, an issue or a problem, the best thing she will do is to tell her friends. Her friends will give her diverse option, the one which is good, the one which is right. But if it got so good, she might choose the one which is right. And if it is the other way around, that's the issue we are facing today.
Okay, okay, that's
So
true.
to
That's
me,
okay.
it's not good to be overprotective. The best thing you should just do is that be your child's best friend.
You have
So that
heard it.
it can
Be
be your
your
child.
child best
best
friend.
friend.
Okay, okay, that's good. So moving on to this next question. Now, peer group influence. You and I, we have friends. Those people of which you can follow. Those of them of which you just have to, hide under the canopy of the fact that, fine. How can we, as a person, try to curb that in order to not to get involved in all those acts of which our friends are this and this and that are involving themselves or indulging in? Over to you, man.
Well, the most important thing is choose your friends wisely. It is very important and crucial these days because, well, people have different kind of friends. Just because you see your friends doing this kind of thing, you want to do it. And peer groups can influence you in a good or bad way. You just pick which one you want. And like some people, when they see their friend smoking, they want to smoke. When some see their friend reading, it can actually influence them, like to read. Like for example, when I have a friend that knows algebra, I might be maybe someone that does not even like algebra, and probably when my friend calls me and be like, okay, let's read, I might actually get interested in it, and from there I already got influenced to like it. So I think the most important thing is just for people to pick their friend wisely.
Your friends wisely.
Like,
I agree.
Okay,
So, yeah.
pick your friends wisely. There was something which you said that interests me. Do you have a friend that knows algebraic expression? Sorry for putting into that. So now, there was a post of which I saw a few years back, of which says, choose your friend or pick your friends like beans, so that when you are eating your beans, you will not be eating stones. So please, I guess to our viewers, to our audience at large, please try to pick your friend like beans, so that when you are eating your beans, stones will not be there. And and to you, concerning the question of society of which you have tried to
just
give us
like-
more information about. You asked a question, let's not forget, about our parents have inculcated in us good habits, good morals, they have tried all their best in us. But the society of which you are going to, he said, what of the society of which you are going to? Please, I would like you to expatiate more on that, just in a brief way. And how can society help to curb all these morals?
Thank you for the opportunity. I think the only way the society can help to curb this moral is by setting a standard. Like setting a standard that this is wrong and this is right. Once everybody agree that this act is bad, it is bad. Once everybody agree that this act is wrong, it is wrong. So everybody should stand. Everybody should stand on the fact that this is right, this is wrong. And again, we should stop these habits in society that whenever we know that even what this person is doing is wrong, we should start the habit of healing the person. When you are doing something that is wrong and everyone around you is stigmatizing that what you are doing is wrong, you come to sense that actually what I'm doing is wrong. But when you are doing it and everybody is hailing you, trust me,
Bros.
you will continue. And even people around you that don't have the heart of doing it, once they see that is someone doing it and they are healing, they too want to indulge in it. I think the society should try and the way we color bad things, the way we paint bad things and as good things. Let me put it this way: the way we paint bad things as good things, we should stop.
Yeah.
The way we paint fraud as being smart, as being intelligent, we should stop it.
Put a stop, capital letter SCOP, stop. Okay, that on that. What he's trying to say is that call a spade
a
a
spade.
spade. So, which means, okay, now, last question for this section. Okay, we all know, like, okay, there was a trending video recently of which, somebody was, trying to influence people, most especially the males, and the males they are liking it because that's what they want. The lady, she's, that kind of act of which she's into. My question is, majority of people have role models. Then we call role model celebrity. Majority of us actually tends to live a lifestyle which our role model lives, or all the celebrity live. So I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to say something that will be controversial out there, but I'm just trying to, is it good to always do all what they are doing, follow all what they do, or how can we choose our celebrity to follow, one who to follow, one who to, like, stuff like that? Or does anybody have any opinion about that?
Well, I actually do.
Okay.
I feel it is only someone that you like and the activities that they engage in that you also want to follow. If I don't like that person, if I don't like the activities that the person engages in, I would not want to follow the person. So I'm going to take it back to my own point of view. That is the parent. Please build the mind of your child to follow or to like things that are right, that are considered the norms of a society. If you do not build their minds that way, and if you do not try to restrain them from having other influences to, cause them to shift from that path, they would not. So as long as you try your best in your capability to build their minds to have a good mindset, then they will always want to follow people with the right mindset. So that's talking about the parent side.
Okay. Do you have any opinion?
Not really. It's just like, okay, I feel like show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. The kind of people you follow or look up to as mentors just determines who you are. So I think parents should try, like she said, parents should just try to build their child's mind on like the good part of the society.
Okay. Celebrity.
And again, in my own opinion, my own point of view, I felt, as she earlier said, she's very right. You cannot be trying to be what you don't want. When you are a doctor, you find a very good doctor that has made impact, like Dr. Ben Carson. You try to make him that. Dr. Ben Carson has proven history, has done something anyone has ever done. During his time, I want to be like him. So whoever you are looking up to shows the type of life you want to live.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, what he's trying to say is that, you can't say you want to become a doctor and you choose a lawyer as somebody you look up to. You can't want to be a lawyer and choose an engineering, like a engineer, to be your role model, because why? They are contradicting. So, to the house at large, please, what kind of problem, what kind of morals of which you want? It's up to you. We are not trying to demoralize you, or we are not trying to decide for you, but we are just trying to tell you there's a kind of way of which this moral at times, you know what? There's a saying of which someone once told me: no matter the level of degree you acquire, no matter who you are, but it's your attitude, your moral that will make you go far. That's what you acquire. We just open doors for you, but what will take you go far is what? Your attitude, your moral. So please, once you know this is what you are doing, your conscience is telling you, hey bro, sis, please don't do that, stop that. Then please check it. Always do what I call checkmate, like stop and check. Always, am I doing the right thing? What I'm doing is good. Even Bible says, he said whatever is good, whatever is lovely, he said do it. If you think it's good, think about all these things, do it.
Okay.
We love you guys, and then we know that you have really journeyed with us, and then you have learned so far. So guys, I really love you guys. So thanks for coming, and I hope next time I call on you guys will respond. But mind you, if you have not yet subscribed, we are not fighting. If you have not yet subscribed, please.
Beg you.
Beg you.
Subscribe.
Channel. Love to see you again.
Thank
Bye.
you very much. Bye.